All right then, Dan. So obviously you're a Cardiff boy, but your rugby journey so far has taken you to some different places, really. Guernsey, and you played for like Bath A and Clifton and Wales Students as well. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey so far in rugby?
Yeah, so I started off I started playing when I was 12. So it was quite a late starter, really. I played football all until my first year of high school, and I started playing rugby. And I played for Penturk in Cardiff. And then after high school, I went to uni, played for Swansea Uni for my first 3 years. Played in the Welsh varsity, I beat Swansea, or I beat Cardiff, which was a good result. And then after that, I moved to Guernsey and played in Guernsey for 2 years. So I did that, and we played Jersey in the Siam Cup. We won that and beat Jersey, which was a great experience. Then after that, I wanted to come back closer to home, so I went to Bristol, played in Clifton for a year, and obviously got called up to play for Bath A against Harlequins, which was a really good experience because they had boys like Don Brandt playing. So I was playing 8, and then Alex Don Brandt was my opposite number. And then I was living in Cardiff, so I wanted to play locally. And then Adrian Evans from the Wales Students got in contact with me to go to Ebbw, and then the rest is history then.
And what attracted you about Ebbw as a club then?
As soon as I turned up, really, I turned up to meet obviously Greg and Venny, and it was just such a welcoming club. And obviously the history as well of the club is such a massive club in South Wales, so it was great to be a part of.
And what are some of your favourite memories for Ebbw so far?
Well, I think beating RGC away was up there, one of the best. That was brilliant because we were on a pretty bad run then. I think it was just before Christmas we turned it all around, and then after Christmas we ended up beating like Ponty, we beat RGC again. We were close to beating Merthyr on TV, which was a really good experience.
RGC is meant to be a good away trip as well, isn't it? For the social.
No, it was a good bus back, a really good bus back.
And who are some of the best players you've played with and against in the Premiership then?
I think Sweetie's got to be one of the best players I've played with. He's a really good role model, really good leader on and off the pitch. And then against the Cardiff number 8 was pretty good. I can't remember his name, but
Morgan Allen.
Morgan Allen. So he's been around the block. He's played for like the Scarlets, I think the Dragons as well, was it? And he was a really good player.
And obviously, Ebbw were towards the bottom of the league last season, but you were probably getting away from relegation towards the end of the season. What did you make of the season as a whole?
Obviously, the first half of the season we struggled. Then against RGC, we obviously turned it round, and then we got a couple more boys in then after Christmas. And I think we would have got on to win a couple more games and probably stayed up. And then obviously we've signed a couple more boys this season coming. So I think we have a really strong team there for next season. So I think it's going to go well.
What are your expectations then? Is it just to improve, or do you have like a certain target in the league?
If it was up to me, I'd say win the league. But I think we just got to do the best we can, to be honest. Aim for the top half of the league, I reckon.
Yeah. And obviously last season was cut short due to COVID, but how did that affect you personally?
What, COVID in general?
Yeah.
It's not been too bad. I've been quite busy, obviously, because like I said, I'm doing my PGCE to be a primary school teacher. So I've been quite busy. I've been doing a lot of exercise as well, doing a lot of weights in my garden, doing a lot of running, and obviously I had a lot of work on. So I haven't been too bad, to be honest.
And you mentioned you've been obviously doing a lot of running and doing a lot of weights. Was it hard to keep training over lockdown? And did Ebbw sort of like help you out with like sort of plans and stuff?
Yeah, it was quite difficult. It's quite difficult to find the motivation on your own. And luckily, I live with my brother, so me and my brother we motivate each other to train. And then obviously in Ebbw Vale, we've got a group chat between us, so everyone's chatting in the group chat, posting what they're doing, so things like that. So that keeps you motivated as well.
And what is like the thing you're missing the most about like rugby or like going to the club or stuff like that?
Obviously the social aspect's a massive thing. Just seeing them, because they're all a great bunch of boys. So missing being around the boys, having the banter, having the after on a Thursday after training, we'd always have a soup club where we'd have soup together. You know, people do fines and things like that. And obviously, like the people around Ebbw, so all the fans that come down and watch us and cheer us on, it's such a family atmosphere. I just miss that family atmosphere.
Yeah, and the Prem gets a little bit not slated, but a little bit bad press sometimes. What do you think the standard of the Premiership's like from playing in it yourself?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good standards, to be honest, because obviously you get a lot of youngsters who play and then go on to bigger things. So I think like last year I played against what's his name who's playing for Wales now, the flanker.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them. So a year ago I was playing against both of them, and I was playing for Wales. So it's pretty good stepping stone for a lot of boys. Yeah,
do you think it's important? Like I know with like Ebbw as well. Like, I think Aneurin Owen was playing there last season, and I know you got like Ewan Rosser there now.
Yeah.
Do you think it's massive in like the development of young players?
Oh, 100%. Because if they're not playing for us and they're not playing for the first team of the Dragons or whatever, they're not playing. So I think it's key. It's a key place to develop young players like that for sure.
And then like a few questions about you personally then. Outside of rugby, I know you're doing your PGC, but is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't know. Just socialising with my mates and things like that, really. I'm pretty boring. You know, play rugby, go to the gym, do my PGC, but then obviously I'm being able to meet up with friends and that. But majority of the time, I'm out every Saturday night and things like that. So just socialising.
Was that doing Cardiff or Newport?
Yeah, definitely Cardiff. I'm sure you're out in Cardiff all the time as well, aren't you?
No, not me, mate. And when you were growing up, I know you said you started rugby quite late. Did you have like a rugby idol?
I'd say probably Sam Burgess or Sonny Bill Williams.
Yeah.
I like, they just hit blokes and throw outrageous offloads and all those kind of things.
Yeah, Sonny Bill's just retired as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I've seen that. Nightmare.
Mate, he's a walking highlights reel.
Exactly. Nice. Every kid wants to be like that when they're younger, don't they?
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen from the Wales game the other day, George North's song for his 100th cap for Wales. Do you have any go-to karaoke song or initiation song?
I go for Elvis Presley, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Standard. Get the boys joining in.
Exactly. It's great sing-along.
And it's a bit of a weird one. Do you have any strange reasons or / excuses for missing training or games? What's the worst excuse you've come up with?
Probably when I had a girlfriend, I probably missed training once or twice to see her. But I'm single now, so I'm training all the time.
And then a few teammate style questions then to end. Who never pays for a round?
Oh, that's a tough one. Lewis Young.
Who's the worst drinker?
Worst drinker? I'd probably say I'm up there, to be honest. I'm not the best.
One can dance.
Yeah.
Who's the feistiest?
I'd definitely say Cam Regan when he was playing last season for sure.
Who's the scariest?
Oh, Ross Jones, definitely. Especially now he's got his head shaved.
And lastly then, who's the funniest?
Funniest? Oh, I'd give it to Lance or Joe Franchi, I would.
Well, he just comes out with weird stuff.
Yeah, Joe's quite a weird bloke, yeah, definitely.